This place first opened way back in 1957. We are inside legendary Lambeau Field here in Green Bay. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the New England Patriots and the Green Bay Packers. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
He will return this from deep in the end zone, and ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all. Challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge.
Hey, take 26.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. He's got a man, complete.
It's another first down on a big gainer there, 33 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
The Packers at 2-1 now to start the campaign, and they move back above 500 with a victory last week.
And you look at their start, a win, a loss, then a win. This might be something we see from them a lot this year, because when they're at their best, they can play with anybody. But bringing their best every week, that's been a challenge thus far.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Again, it's Jones. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
This defense for the Patriots, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice...
Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
And all in all, a pretty decent opening drive, Charles. Pretty balanced. They had the passing game going and the rushing attack, too.
I would think they have to be happy with that start because you get your ground game going, which means your offensive line and your runners are pretty happy, and then you get your aerial attack going as well, so your quarterback and receivers have smiles on their faces. Now both up to speed, awaiting their next possessions for this game. They can't wait to get started again.
Jones and the Pats now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 22. First carry for Damian Harris, the Alabama man. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And he's going to have a Patriots first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
Flushed out right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary, all of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Jones. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw complete here on target to Tunyon.
13 yards, 1st down, Packers.
2021 wasn't quite the 11-touchdown outburst that we saw from Robert Tunyon the year prior. A torn ACL cost him half his season, and the Packers still believe he can be the impact player he was 2 years ago after his rehab. Pretty impactful play on that one, and it will move the chains.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10.
Here's Rodgers. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
But I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Being chased out left. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for it first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers.
Aaron Jones with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year.
And they are able to add on to their advantage. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the lead grows to 10-0.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just...
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Brian Poole. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, these are the situations that really test a defense, those sudden changes. They're already inside field goal range to start the possession. Their goal now, keep it to a long kick, if indeed they end up trying one.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Throwing now is Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Romeo Doubs with touchdown number 7 on the year. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0.
So an early advantage now and a good one. 17-0 our scores. They kick this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll run up the middle with McAllister. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one, and New England has a first down. 17-0 our score after 1. Now a first down carry for Harris. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Throwing, Jones. Eluding the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
And he's missed now in his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jones. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 24-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
From the 22, Jones. And this one complete to Smith. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. And they get Jones for the 3rd time in this ball game. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. 30. 10. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. Wow, this one, it is getting out of hand early. They add a pick 6 to the ledger now. 3-score lead still in the first half.
And all that celebrating that you see and hear from those defenders is not just because they scored a touchdown on a pick 6. It's because they're pitching a shutout in this one. Every defender's dream.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. On 2nd and 10, Jones. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw again. Got a man. It's Tyquan Thornton. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now, that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try to wait until the half, it's probably...
And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. A great play there. 31 yards. And the Patriots are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Nick Folk for the point after. He's got it, and that makes our score 24-7. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fields it right around the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
They have to be pleased with the way that they moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
42 yards rushing for him now to this point.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Now Rodgers. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route.
And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35.
A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now it's Rodgers.
This one swung out here to Jones.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
Rodgers finding Watson for the Packer first.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Rodgers again now. Touchdown, Packers!
Romeo Doubs
with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season.
And the Packers are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the route is on here in this first half. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line ready to go.
A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but, Charles, they look up, and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just a...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jair Alexander. 1:52 to play until halftime. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Flush to his right. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now Jones. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and goal. Rodgers flushed out right. This will be caught at about the 6. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Throwing is Rodgers. Touchdown! Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Packers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Here comes the return from the very back of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Jones, a final shot before break. And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. Let's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line,
he's got a man complete. And he's going to be out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. A big play there for New England. And even 40 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. A give running left, McAllister. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Up the middle they go with McAllister. He will push his way down to about the 14. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. On the give, McAllister with it, and a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll toss to Harris. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable.
Back to throw. Jones. But it's caught on the right side at Smith. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. This will wind up a loss on the play. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal.
Folks, kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Taking it about the 1. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Here's Rodgers to throw. He's going to go up top again. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Now we're going to get a timeout here called by the Patriots. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Rodgers going to throw.
Open man left side. It's the tight end, Tunyon.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up 4th down. O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and the Patriots take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. Steps away to his left. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Brian Poole. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
Lambeau Field, one of the best home field advantages in the NFL, no doubt. And they're a happy bunch here as the Packers lead 3rd quarter.
Rodgers now on 1st down. Dancing to his left. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Juwan Bentley. And the Pats are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day. They're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
84 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Jones, and some room to maneuver. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Here's Jones on 1st down, escaping the pressure right. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Jair Alexander. And the Packers will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
Well, let's face it, Brandon, they're down here in the 2nd half. Want to try and make something happen, and if you're the guy with the ball in your hands, you're going to try even harder, because I think all he was trying to do was to get outside the pocket and see if he can find a big play downfield.
Now a throw here to his running back. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. The partners still in the 3rd quarter, but they've got this one well in hand and still airing it out with gusto and picking up some nice gains.
And even in lopsided games like this, you don't really see starters get lifted or the foot come off the gas before the 4th quarter. No one wants to leave any doubt when they're playing well. They just want to continue the process.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. He'll buy some time right. Lets it fly deep for Cobb. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. And the Patriots are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball, and that one was picked off. And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Dean Lowry just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down. The Patriots send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Returnable for Watson. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. But not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They could definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this landslide victory.
Yeah, we're certainly about to see just how aggressive they want to be here down the stretch. And what some coaches do is they try and...
He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Packers. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 97 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Another run with McAllister. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. It's complete to Parker, left side. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 34-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Now, 4th quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now here's another carry for Harris. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Jones. This is Smith with a grab. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The Patriot passing game is rolling. They've got another 1st down. A handoff to McAllister. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Back to throw. Jones. And this is going to be intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. And the Packers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked.
Devon Godshaw getting in there and dropping him. But found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
Another try after the first down sack. Rodgers. And this is caught by Watkins. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
And this offense on third down today, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This time it's 3rd and 3. An inside give to Jones. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
45 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go, D. Get off the field. Mike 28. Mike 28. All right. 26.
To throw, it's Rodgers. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Rodgers looking to throw. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Hey, take 26.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
But their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Pats at the line, ready to go.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
They'll look to throw here on first down, eluding the pressure right. He gets it complete to Harris. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.